If you have been an Instagram user for the past decade, you might have noticed some changes. Your posts probably aren't getting as many likes, and you're probably wondering, why is that? Am I uglier? Do my friends not care about me anymore? Am I less interesting now? And today we're going to talk about the reason. The reason is not you, but the platform. Let me explain. If you were on Instagram around 2012 to 2016, maybe 2018, you know what were the vibes. People posted whatever they wanted, what they were eating, their outfits, where they were going, without thinking much. There were messy selfies, terrible filters, stupid captions, and your friends saw everything that you did. And that was the point. You wanted to share what you were doing in your life with your friends and family. Everything about it felt small and intimate. There was no race against the algorithm. You probably didn't even think about likes because that wasn't such a thing before. Real people saw your content in a chronological timeline. And most importantly, you posted for people you knew, not for an invisible audience. Besides from these, there were real communities. You could follow fan pages, join fandoms, follow pages with your niche interests, and there were genuine conversations happening. When you scrolled on your feed, you saw like a scrapbook of your interests, the people you love, the people you care, or maybe just your classmates, but it was people you knew and things you enjoyed following. However, this version of Instagram doesn't exist anymore. If you open your feed right now, what I just described is probably what you're not going to see. Actually, I dare you, when was the last time you saw 3 of your friends' posts one by one without interruptions of ads, reels, or anything else, honestly? This is because Instagram redesigned itself to make money. This is not an algorithm mistake. This is not the Instagram getting bad. This was a calculated decision made by the people who own this company. It was a business transformation. To give you a bit of an historical insight, in 2016 it was when the chronological feed died. Instagram announced that users were missing 70% of posts and replace the chronological feed with the algorithm. This is the starting point, the moment when Instagram went from social to strategic. When an app controls what you see, it also controls what you buy. Your friends' posts are unpredictable. They can have whatever meaning your friends wish them to have. They can promote something but also not. And people who want to make money don't really appreciate this. They prefer brand posts which are targeted and profitable. And from this point on, your interactions were no longer human, were no longer familiar, were all based on machine decisions and monetization. Between 2017 and 2018, Instagram introduced the new shopping platform, with shopping tags being introduced on the app. And in 2019, in-app checkout was already available. Instagram publicly stated that it wanted to inspire shopping on its users. So clearly, this is about making money. From this year on, all Meta press releases emphasized commerce as their main strategic direction. So the point here is, your friend's birthday post is not motivating profit, but that brand deal that some influencer got and they just appeared on your feed, even if you don't follow them, makes money. Then from 2020 to 2022, Reels came in. First, there was just a Reels platform, just one part where you can scroll on Reels, trying to obviously compete with TikTok. And then later, they started putting Reels on your first page. And most of the times, Reels are the first thing you see when you open the app, not posts. Not even ads, just Reels. Reels get prime feed placement, and now posts can be immediately turned into Reels if you wish. At this point, the shop tab was no longer there because there's no need for it. If posts and Reels are full of brand deals and now ads are in between stories, for example, you don't need to shop. You just need a link to go shop what you want. Right now, you can just scroll and open the website to get what you want, and everyone makes money. You don't need a shop button because honestly that looked a bit tacky, but yeah, there was no need for it anymore. In June of 2021, Adam Mosseri made a public statement saying, "We are no longer a photo sharing app," and Meta started repeatedly mentioning Reels as the future of this platform. So from now on, it was obvious that the algorithm was pushing down and burying posts made by the common people and just pushing Reels and ads and influencers. And in 2022, Instagram admitted that it was pushing too much recommended content. It proved, accidentally or not, that users were not a priority, monetization and retention was. And in 2023, Meta changed to an AI discovery engine rebuilt to mimic TikTok's For You page using AI recommendation models. And Meta stated that more than 30% of Instagram feed content now comes from accounts you don't follow. So 30% is of accounts you don't even follow, another percent is for Reels, and another percent is for other celebrities you already follow, or influencers, or pages, or whatever. How much do you actually see your friends and family now? Not much, I would say. This is because your friends' posts are downgraded because AI predicts that random viral videos will keep you on the app for longer than your mom's post. The goal here is to keep you as long as they can on this platform, on this app, so you can shop more, be more influenced, or to follow people who are influencing you to buy more stuff either now or later. So Instagram went from a chance to build an online social community to basically an advertising company. On 2024, the Meta Creator Update introduced a creators first, friends last strategy. There's creator marketplace tools, payout bonuses, affiliate income, and Reels monetization expansion. With all of this, what else do I need to say? Your friends are not getting money for posting their lunch or their selfies or whatever with terrible filters, but a random influencer is being paid to show you what shoes she's wearing today. So yeah, I guess that's what we have now. And if you do wish the social validation of getting likes, then you are pushed into turning into this sort of creator. But the truth is, if you become an influencer or a content creator, most probably your likes won't even come from your friends and family. They will come from a random audience of people you don't know, an invisible public that keeps watching everything you do. But this is exactly what this company wants. It wants creators that produce content because content drives watch time and watch time sells ads. But I bet you already know this is how it goes. And if you've been on Instagram, you have probably noticed this. Everyone has noticed this. There has been a massive change in how that platform works, and honestly, it made it not even fun anymore. I don't have fun going on Instagram. Usually I just get a headache from how many reels I watch. Honestly, before it was kind of fun to sometimes go on stories and see what your friends were doing, if they're from other cities, what is happening in their cities, what is happening in the world, I guess. And now there is no fun in it because every 2 or 3 stories you get a random ad for something that this company wants you to buy, basically. And as I've said before, when Instagram introduced Reels, it was clearly trying to copy TikTok because it was an app that exploded during the pandemic, and short form content is very useful for these companies because it changes our dopamine patterns. We have a much lesser attention span, and if Instagram kept as being not as an interactive app as TikTok is, then people will not stay there as long, will not shop as much from there, and they will just go to TikTok. So Instagram had to do something, but then it changed completely what the app was before, and now we just have 2 apps that are basically the same thing. However, this change on Instagram made it look like its developers wanted to do everything at once, and the feed just became chaotic. You get a post, and you get a reel, and you get an ad, and you get an influencer that you don't know, and it's just a bunch of things, and you never know what you're gonna get when you scroll away. And maybe that's what they want, because if you get something that you like because they know what you like from your data, you get a dopamine release, meaning you stay longer on the app. This is just the way that commerce is being done nowadays. So it just stopped being a social thing and just a tool for optimization for this company. Optimize for virality, optimize for ads, and optimize for creators and brands. Just not optimized for you, and that's why you get no likes anymore, because this app is not for you anymore. It's not that your friends don't care about you, it's that this app does not care about you. It cares about the money you spend on it. So this is why nobody even really posts anymore. There's no point really if it's only going to show you to half of the people you wanted to see, or perhaps sometimes not even that. This is also why people prefer to just post private stories for close friends and not post for the general public. Also why it feels embarrassing, because you already know that if you post you won't get as many likes as you did before, and you just don't get motivated to do that. And that's exactly what the app wants. This is why there is no engagement in this platform anymore. There's no fun and intimacy in what you post. And if you do decide to become a content creator, then you're being sold to an invisible audience. Yes, maybe you make some money, but you'll never make as much money as this big companies. In the end, you just become a tool for them to show other people what they should buy. So by now you probably have realized that I'm not gonna tell you how to get more likes on Instagram, because I don't know how to do that. I don't think anyone does. But I did tell you why it's happening, and again, it's not you. It's not that Instagram is broken, it just changed its priorities and it changed what it wants to do with you, which is nothing. It doesn't want to do anything with you. It only wants to make money, deal with brands and ads. And truly, this is not just Instagram, this is social media in general. Most social media platforms have become advertising tools nowadays. Somewhere where you can click on an affiliate link and the brand that you're buying from makes money, but also these companies, which are the middlemen for online shopping, it seems. If you don't buy directly from the app, you're either influenced by some creator who's telling you to buy this makeup product or this tech product or whatever. Honestly, there's everything. You can find an influencer for every single product out there. So yeah, that was really it. This is why you get no likes on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think differently or you think I missed something, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe maybe if you want. That's all I really had to say. So I hope you have a great weekend. See you next time.